Hey, what's up, Couch Potatoes? We are back with some more Fright Fest, and today we're talking about the 2018, I believe, independent release. I've got kind of mixed feedback on that one of the Golem, or as my wife likes to call them, the Golem presses. The Golem. Now, this surprised me because when I first got these together, I thought for sure it was going to be the one that you said, no thank you, when we watched the trailers, but it was actually quite a high pick for you. So why were you so excited to watch the Golem?
I just really wanted to get more into that lore. I thought it had some cool opportunities, directions to go in. Not sure I'd have picked the direction they went in, but I thought it could be really good.
Okay, I was just kind of up in there. This is one that really I just went off of feedback. It would just every time you look at it was like top 50 of the last 10 years. This one always came up. So that's really what kind of put it on my radar. Just we had such a, I guess you would say, unpopular opinion on The Witch.
Oh yeah,
the Robert Eggers movie. That it just like I just kind of got those same vibes off of it. But I guess first get into what we liked about it. We do have this format. We forgot to use it on the Insidious video, but it's okay. What I like, this was your pick. You go first. What did you like about the Golem?
I liked quite a bit. I liked the acting. I liked not liking The Witch. I was wary of the historical horror, but I liked how they set it up. I liked there's a lot of accuracy. I teach history. It's my thing. I liked the story. I liked the movie.
Yeah. I like redheads, so that worked. The lead, I mean that was pretty good. Really, I mean, yeah, the acting was great. It really was. Mainly the wife and the husband. I thought their dynamic was really good. Like when they're struggling, the things they're fighting about, I believe that they're really really fighting. The
she's not a witch, but the lady, the nurse. She did great too.
Yeah. Really, I just think I was expecting it to look a bit more cheap. Now, I will say when we get to what I didn't like, there are some things here that did come up. But I liked that for it being probably a pretty low budget movie. It really looked like an old time village and stuff. And was it Lithuania? Yeah. So I think it looked historically accurate and things like that. And I like the costuming and all that.
I would say, the sets, the costuming, even some of the effects, I thought were...
Couldn't really complain about very many of the effects.
Nothing really
except the elephant
cheap.
in the room. And that's going to bring me to what I didn't like. I didn't like that it's clear that they didn't have the budget for this movie. So they said, let's just use a kid instead of an actual golem.
Do you think that's what it was?
I think definitely what it is.
It plays into the storyline. I think it was trying to hook into that.
In the beginning, like the prologue, I guess you'd call it, they basically show a shadowy version of the golem. And then that was just like, okay, that's pretty much all you get of what you would think is the traditional, like if you played The Witcher or Dungeons and Dragons and what you think a golem should look like, the big giant rock monster, you might be disappointed if you're waiting for that in this. And I think that was very clearly a budget constraint, that they didn't have the budget to do that. Or it would have looked like Michael Chiklis in the Fantastic Four movie of Thing, and it wouldn't have looked very good. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I'd rather not use it than, either use a really ridiculous looking CGI or really, really awful makeup artist. But I don't know, with how good it looked like they stretched the money for everything else, I feel like they could have done a really good practical one if they tried. The kid wasn't terrible, but I
think the practical effects on the kid came off really well.
Yeah, I mean, I was very disappointed. Why is this a horror movie?
It's not.
Why was this listed as a horror movie? I mean,
that's
sure.
What did I not like?
You got a lot of death. You got a lot of death.
Gore. The gore is, oh my gosh, when that guy gets literally gored in the stomach and the blood fountains out.
Yeah, I mean,
the gore is there.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people will say, "Okay, well, that's what makes it horrific, Mike." I mean, I get that, but I mean, it's like, I don't think that there was anything about this that was like cover your eyes horrific or whatever. But I'm also probably desensitized to violence at this point, I
didn't think it was scary, and I'm easily scared. Didn't think it was scary.
No.
It was gory. It was a little creepy when the bell ringing was going on and you hadn't seen the golem yet. There was a little creep factor there, but
I thought the prologue was the coolest part. Honestly, I wanted more of that. I wanted to stay with that story. Really,
well, yeah. And then when the healer, when she gets it, that was pretty intense. But I don't know. I wouldn't go with scary.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, for this, I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I just don't really know that I would really clarify this as like a spooky season or Fright Fest kind of movie, something you should only watch in October or something. It's gonna be an anytime movie, even more so than like The Witch. I think this is one of those that you just hey, you're just interested in the lore, the folklore of the Golem, and it's sure,
it's a good
pretty
movie.
good for that.
I was kind of touched, like when at the very end where she takes the paper, I had tears. So
sure. No, I think that the actual
I was invested in the movie.
Look, the dad shit, the mom shit, the parent shit. Yeah, that's good. Stuff. If you've got young kids that age, I think that's something that it would be impossible for you not to feel something about. So I feel like as a movie, I'd give it like a solid 3.5 out of 5, I guess you would say. But as far as like scares, zero scares in this.
What am I going to do?
She's got hers written down over here.
I have my notes. So I got 3 out of 5 stars. I did think it was a good movie. I did enjoy it. And it gets just 1 pumpkin, and that is just a bloody gore pumpkin because it's not scary even a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think the gore was even like as... What do you say about the Saw movies? It doesn't count because it's almost like campy goofball violence.
It's or like the later Freddy movies. It's just silly looking.
I feel like if you've watched the Saw movies, you won't think this violence is that bad at all.
I think this was more practical and more jarring just because it wasn't scary. So when it came out, you were like, oh, we're going there now.
I think you just have a bias against the Saw movies. That's what I think.
No, I enjoy them.
No, so we're going to talk about our favorite horror movie here in a minute, and I don't think Saw is going to come up as her favorite horror movie. So. I don't know. Well, hey, Golem, I'd say it's worth a watch for sure. It's definitely worth a watch. Just don't go into it expecting, this is a great mood setter for Halloween or something like that. And
just a good movie.
Yeah, it's entertaining, especially like I said, if you're just interested in like the folklore. I think that as a teacher, were you satisfied with that?
I was satisfied with that.
Okay, there you go. You got the teacher seal of approval, guys. So the Golem, have you seen it? What did you think? Drop in the comments and let us know, guys, and we will talk to you there.